Hi, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me here.
Good. No worries. Yeah, glad you could do it.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk to you. I've been wanting to talk to you for actually quite some time.
Okay.
Because I know a little bit about your background, but we'll get more into it and into your recovery and
Copy that.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Very good. So I see from your shirt you're a Navy man.
Navy.
Yeah.
Did 7 years in the Navy from 09 to 2016, and some great years, some horrible years.
Yeah.
But I got through it. So,
Okay. Very good.
yeah.
What'd you do in the Navy?
I was an intel specialist.
Oh.
Yeah, so I basically prepared classified briefs for the commanders and the higher ups.
Mm-hmm.
I like to call myself like a classified CNN reporter.
Okay.
Just reporting on the news around the world.
Okay, I got you. Was it all like shore duty type stuff?
No, half of it was sea duty, fortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go to Philippines, Australia, Dubai, India, South Korea, Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go to a lot of places.
Okay.
And then the other half was based in San Diego.
What attracted you to the Navy?
I was about to get fired from Costco.
Oh, okay.
And this was 09, so this is when the recession hit. And I had a few buddies that got let go from Costco, and they were struggling to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also had a few buddies in the Navy that they seemed to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm just gonna join.
Mm-hmm.
And then the funny thing is, I got in, and those two got discharged.
Oh, really?
And so I was the only one in, when after everything was said and done.
Yeah, they got discharged during boot or something?
No, just the various reasons throughout their career.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. So you left the Navy 2016, right?
2016, yeah.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
San Diego, California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't born there. I was born in Kentucky, but I was raised in San Diego from a very young age.
Yeah, so you're practically from there, really.
I'm pretty much
That's your
from
hometown.
there. That's hometown, home city, and everything. I love it.
So when you discharged from the Navy 2016, where'd you end up?
So I ended up back home in San Diego,
Okay.
and I went to school for a few years, and then I ended up getting accepted to film school in LA at Cal State University in Northridge, and I graduated there in 2019. And at the time, I was dating my now ex-fiance, so she moved up to Seattle, so I followed her. I followed with her to come up here because I was stationed when I was on sea duty. I was stationed up in Whidbey Island, so not too far from here, like about north of here.
Yeah.
And I love the Pacific Northwest. And so when she's like, "I'm going back home to Seattle," I'm like, "I'll go with you."
What are you doing for work now?
So I work for Concord Clinics, and they're based out of Snohomish County. We're a medical provider. We focus on substance use disorder treatment as well as mental health or co-occurring disorder. And I work as a peer support specialist.
Is mental health training is kind of like near and dear to you? Or?
Yes, mental health training is very near and dear to me. In 2019, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The funny thing was, I found out when I had my first manic episode in 2019, and when I went to the hospital didn't tell me I was bipolar. I found out on the discharge paperwork at a Burger King drive-thru.
It's convenient.
Yeah, I was ordering a Whopper and oh, by the way, you're bipolar.
Yeah.
So that was shocking. At first, I thought it was At first, I took it very negatively, like it was a hindrance, and then I quickly took it as a positive. I was like, you know what? I can do positive things with bipolar disorder.
What did your episode look like? I mean, you can be as specific or not as you want.
For
but
sure.
Just kind of, yeah.
So at the time of the first episode, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know I had bipolar disorder. It was basically I was up for I got off my meds and I was taking the antidepressant medication, and I got off of them because normally I would take them the first day I wake up. When I got off of them, I was up for 4 days straight, and so when I wasn't sleeping, I wouldn't wake up to take the meds.
Yeah.
And then it was just a paranoia, feeling like I felt like what ended up happening. I was trying to. When you're bipolar and you're dealing with manic episodes, you feel grandiose. You feel like every idea is the greatest idea of all time. When I was going through mine, I thought I was trying to create a movement to bring peace to the world. Ended up causing a lot of promotion. Within the, I also do stand-up comedy, so there was also a lot of like people see me crash out, is what the kids say these days, when they're losing their mind, and it caused a lot of like, what's the word? Separation. Like some people were like, he's having an episode. Some people were like, oh, he's doing this for attention, that sort of thing. And ultimately, like I ended up getting hospitalized. I realized the severity of me like not taking my meds at the time, and I decided to just focus on my recovery since then. And then I had my second episode in September of 2023. That was the most severe one. What ended up happening, I was living with my girlfriend. We got engaged. We had a kid together, and then we had a stressful move from one apartment to a bigger townhome. And I was under a lot of stress. So like in the middle of it, I decided to stop taking my meds. Yeah. Like I don't know why. I just thought like I had everything under control. Everything was collapsing around me. Finances, the stress of starting a business. At the time, I wasn't a peer support specialist. I was working in video production. Okay. And yeah, there was just a lot of pressure, and I thought the one thing I had control over was my mental health. Yeah. Because I kept telling myself, like, oh, I'm not manic, so therefore I got this under control. Long story short, I didn't have it under control. Okay. Had a very severe manic episode. It was very traumatic. It was very scary, straight up, like it was homicidal thoughts. And like that's when I started having those thoughts and they wouldn't go away. Yeah. That's when I knew the severity of like me not being on my meds. Right. And on top of that too, my ex-fiance was asking if I was taking my meds, and I was lying to her about it. And so I reached out for help. I asked for help, got the help I needed. However, that incident resulted in me losing my business, my home, my family, and that's what they say. I hit rock bottom.
Were you hospitalized?
I was hospitalized. I was in a mental health facility for 3 weeks, and then as a veteran, since I had during that time when I was hospitalized, I got a no contact order submitted to me. Yeah. Or what's the word? Served to me. Okay. And then since a no contact order was served, I couldn't go back home, so I was pretty much homeless. Oh wow! And so I had to wait a month at my brother's house in San Diego for a bed to open up for this homeless facility in Tacoma that is that's through the VA. And they take in homeless veterans.
How long were you there for?
The veterans shelter? Yeah. Yes, I was at the veteran shelter from October, November from 2023 to February 2024. And then when I was there, it was the first time in my life where I basically I've been always on the go for my entire life. Right. And this was the first time where I had a pause. I had a treatment team. I had a team dedicated, a psychiatrist, a therapist, medical providers. I had everything I needed. They provided food, shelter, everything I needed. I was there. So I told myself, I'm going to use this time to truly unpack what was holding me back in life, why I decided to lie about my meds, why I do what I do. I really looked at everything in my life. I'm like, why do I do what I do? Why do I believe what I believe? And it really was an eye-opening experience. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Can we go back a little bit? Yeah, go for it.
I guess bipolar disorder doesn't just mushroom up, I mean, were there symptoms when you were younger, when you were in the Navy?
I had a lot of anxiety in the Navy. I wouldn't attribute it to bipolar disorder. I do remember reading an article when you get into entrepreneurship, the likelihood of being diagnosed bipolar increases. And as a stand-up comedian, you're basically a business. You're show business, and so you're constantly trying to get the next gig. You're building your brand. You're trying to develop merch and just trying to get to your next gig.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts doing that, so it's super stressful. Yeah.
So there weren't. To answer your question specifically, there weren't that many signs growing up. It just at the time, the first time, I was consuming a lot of cannabis. And that was the only thing I was taking, because I was out the Navy. I'm like, hey, I can do this now. Yeah. and then it
kind of self-medicating.
Self-medicate, and then it turned out that did not help the condition. And as soon as I found that out, I quit cold turkey. I was just like, I'm done with that. So.
Right. Both of your major episodes, they were exacerbated by stress, essentially.
Stress and stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first one was I was going through a divorce.
Yeah.
I was married previously to meeting my ex-fiance.
Yeah.
Like I was going through a divorce. I was struggling with school. I was struggling with living in LA, doing stand-up.
Yeah, it's super stressful.
Like all those things, like it was like a perfect storm.
Yeah.
The cannabis use, like everything just hit at once.
Right.
Yeah.
And the second time you were doing a move.
Yeah. It was a very stressful move. Finances were really tight.
Yeah.
At the time, I wasn't. And I look back in my I even told my ex-fiance this, and I apologize. I was like, you know what? I wasn't mature enough to be the head of the household at the time. I was letting finances pile up, or I put it to the side. I used to have the mindset of out of sight, out of mind. I never wanted to look at it because I was afraid to look at it, to look at the truth, and all the stress just added up, and on top of me not taking my meds, everything just came crashing down.
People who are bipolar, who might have severe depression, they kind of take their medication and they're okay, for a bit, and then they kind of think, well, I'm okay now. I don't need to take medication anymore.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Is it kind of the same with you?
It used to be.
Okay.
Now,
back then, yeah.
Back then, I was just like, why do I have to take meds, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now I take my meds. It's funny. I hear that argument all the time, it's like, oh, I'm feeling good. I don't need my meds. The reason you're feeling good is because of the meds.
Right.
It's a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
The meds will balance you. That's what it is. They'll balance you out.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that when they're because a lot of times the medication gets a bad, it's bad, bad vibe, bad juju. And I don't understand that. Meds save life. They saved my life. And they saved the lives of my family.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I just I just try to a lot of times people feel that, and also too they feel like if meds it numbs them, doesn't allow them to feel that is true sometimes for some people, because you're suppressing the depression side, but at the same time emotions are emotions, so the high side gets brought down too.
Sure.
So I think it's not all meds work for everyone. I think it's up to the individual to decide what's best for them.
Yeah.
At the same time, I also encourage people to talk to your provider, talk to your doctor, your primary care physician, and just not say experiment, but just see what works. Find the right balance.
Yeah.
I found it's funny because I was talking when I was at the facility. It's called the Domiciliary in Tacoma, or American Lake VA, and the psychiatrist or the prescriber was asking me hey, what are you on, and what milligrams are you taking? And I told him. He's like, oh, that's a good mix.
Oh, wow.
and it's just funny to me because he's such a professional that. He can recognize the right amount. He was so hyped for it. He's like, oh, that's a good amount, and I thought that was funny.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you're kind of on the right track, I guess.
Yeah. So
you said the last episode of any kind was 2023.
2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so you checked yourself into a facility, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
you weren't involuntarily done that.
I was involuntarily I agreed to it.
Okay.
So it was kind of interesting.
It was suggested to you.
It was suggested, and I agreed to it, and they put it involuntarily just to be safe because of the thoughts. And then I was at a facility in Kirkland, Fairfax, for about 3 weeks. I got released, and it was a very trying time. It was very tough to go through that. I've never been to jail, but I can just imagine that's being in a facility like that, not having a lot of freedom, not having a lot of restrictions, only seeing the sun one time a day to go outside for fresh air. I can only imagine how just imagine people in the jail system feel being locked up like that.
Was the facility? Did they have different activities that you could do, or was there a program that?
There was a program, and the first half because of my homicidal thoughts, I was placed into a severe the most restrictive unit. and it was very scary to me. Like, I'm a big guy, and like just I used to train martial arts, so for the first time in my life, I'm like, am I gonna have to use my martial art defense to protect myself?
Really?
Yeah, that's how scary it was. And then like they realized like, oh no, like he's okay. Like he just got off his meds. Yeah. So they put me in the least restrictive one.
Yeah.
And from there I was able to take classes, mindful classes. Okay. And the thing too was like, it's not like I didn't have tools to get through the manic episode. What was interesting about it was I was trying to utilize all my coping skills to manage the manic episode. Like I was using mindfulness, I was trying to meditate, I was trying to, I was getting back on my meds too. Yeah. And like nothing that I've been trained to do as like for years of going to therapy, all the things that were taught to me, nothing was working. Yeah. And then the thoughts wouldn't go away. So like that's when that's when I was just like, I need help. I need something different. Yeah. And yeah, so I'm just, it was scary, but I'm grateful for my time there. Yeah. Like, and then like when I was going through it, like a lot of times, like, you know, like you feel alone because of what you experienced through the mania. And like you talk to these doctors, you talk to these specialists, and they study, they go to school for this stuff. There's the book, the DSM-5, that diagnosed every mental health condition. It basically says this, that, this, that, this equates to that. And I just felt alone because I'm just like, you guys, like, I get that you understand it from a clinical standpoint, but you don't know what I'm experiencing. And then that's when I decided, like when I was going through it, I was like, I'm gonna leave video production to like help people. That's why I became a peer support specialist. Okay. So that way I can help people in crisis, so that way they don't feel alone of what they go through.
People need the help, but they've got to, I guess, kind of come to the realization that
they have to, like they have to experience that why, that reason to change. And for me, for my mental health was my daughter. Yeah. Is my daughter. Okay. So me and my ex-fiance have a kid. Yeah. And what made the anchor for me, and that's just not a Navy term, but like the anchor for me, the anchor for me was being able to see my daughter again. Yeah. It took about a year and a half. It took about a little over a year, but I was able to finally see my daughter. Okay. Yeah. And I see her regularly once a month.
Oh, great.
Thank you. And like that was my anchor. And people need to find their why. People need to experience. You know, it's what they say in recovery. It's like sometimes it takes a rock bottom to climb back up. Right. Yeah. And that's why I'm grateful for a place like the Recovery Cafe, is because like it's a safe space. It's all inclusive. They meet you where you're at in your recovery journey, and it's just a very positive place where people want to come together, want to be here to maintain their mental health or whatever they're recovering from.
Can you speak more about the cafe? I mean, kind of how it fits into your
so for me, like when it's funny because I'm switching careers to be a peer support specialist when I was going through my stay at the. When I was going through this transition of my life, out of a whim, I saw this job posting for the city of Everett for a multimedia communication coordinator, like basically someone who manages the live stream of the city council meetings. Yeah. And like it paid really well, and I have experience. I worked for the city of Bellevue doing that, so I applied for it and I got the job. So when I told the team at the facility down in Lakewood, like one of the other residents there was telling me, like, oh, Everett has a recovery cafe. And I was like, what's that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In Lakewood, they told you.
Yeah, they told. Yeah. Okay. Like, and I was like, what's that? And they're like, oh, it's just a safe space for people to recover. And I was like, okay, like, so I'll check. And I was, you know what? Let me volunteer. I can see myself volunteering there. So and putting my peer and then during the time there, I got my peer support certification. So I was like, you know, let me put my peer support to use while I worked for the city. I can give back. And then I got here and I'm volunteering. And I'm like, you know what? Like maybe I should be a member. So like, you know, I see the positive stuff they're doing here. let me be a member. And like I will say, like the Recovery Cafe has been one of the main constants, one of the main foundations for my recovery. Just being able to come here weekly to talk about my wins in my circle, talk about like the things I'm struggling with. It's just a safe place where people care and want to see me grow and succeed.
Right.
And it's very, very powerful. I like it makes me want to open up my own recovery cafe in another city. Just eventually, I don't know if I ever will leave Everett. I probably will, but it's I don't know. I'm just so grateful for this place, and I wish there was many more throughout the country.
Are there any programs here that you typically
At the cafe?
Yeah, that you kind of involved in? Is it more just being in the space and kind
It's more being in the
people,
space,
yeah.
connecting with people.
Okay.
And what's cool too with Conquer, I come here and do outreach here.
Okay.
So twice a month I'm here,
Yeah.
promoting Conquer's services and signing people up
Yeah.
to get the support they need. And like for the most part, it's been a positive experience.
Okay, you've got a lot of people coming.
Yeah, we had a handful of people.
Okay.
Like just like we meet them where they're at, and like if people need like whatever support they need, we're here, and like we take most insurances.
Okay.
And like it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Yeah.
Usually when people, when they get out of recovery, when they get out of like detox, if they're on substances or maybe mental health, they have really nowhere else to go but back where they came from, and there's a lot of triggers there.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the way I look at the cafe, or one way I look at it, is that it kind of breaks up that cycle.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
And on top of that too, like we were talking about how like a lot of times people get better and they stop taking their meds. Like I used to think there's sometimes where I'm like, do I still need to go to the Recovery Cafe? But but then kind of like the meds where it's like, no, I'm doing good because of the meds. I also feel I'm doing good because of the Recovery Cafe.
Yeah.
So like that's why it's been very instrumental in my recovery.
Okay.
And just the love and connection that we get here is pretty amazing.
You were in recovery for mental health.
Yeah.
I think maybe most of the people here are in recovery for substance use.
Yeah.
What are similarities or differences
I think
between the two?
I think the similarities between like mental health and I think a lot of stuff comes from mental health. A lot of the substance use disorder, from my understanding, from just my experience, it feels like a lot of times people go to substances to heal from the pain, from the trauma that they experienced growing up. And like, whether it's sometimes like mental health is a factor, so they'll use substances to cope with all that stuff. Like, and I think mental health is the foundation of everything. And so if you can manage the mental health or heal from it, I think it builds a stronger foundation that allow you to heal from other aspects of your life, whether it's addiction or whatever the issue is.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about you said you're a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been performing stand-up comedy for 11 years.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. You're doing it currently?
Doing it currently, yeah.
Okay. You have a show coming up.
I have a show tonight, tomorrow, and I have two competitions in August.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or they're auditions, but like for competitions.
Right.
But so I'm excited for those.
Yeah. How'd you get into that? What was the...
Oh man, I was in the Navy and I was really depressed and and I was really down and low, and I was just, the one thing I've never done was stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And I just did an open mic and I fell in love with it, and I was just I want to keep doing this.
Okay. On base, I guess.
Huh?
On base or?
No, this was back in San Diego, so they had a bunch of comedy clubs in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
And so I would just go around to all the open mics, and I still do that here. Like I have to drive down to Seattle for the majority of them, but like, I'm always performing. So
right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. And so, I mean, were you like a connoisseur of stand-up comedy before that?
I was a big fan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was a connoisseur, but like I was always a big fan of watching stand-up comedy.
Okay.
Growing up, I was always like the class clown.
Yeah.
So like I was always making people laugh, and I was like, man, like, and then I just did it, and what I love about stand-up comedy, at least for me, like it allows me to dial into my point of view. It was interesting because like the first 7 or 8 years of, if anything, the first like 10 years, or 9, whatever the number is. Like, I wasn't happy with comedy. I was doing it. I was having fun, but I was unhappy with my material because I felt like I couldn't connect with my material. I was unhappy with the gigs I was getting, and like I felt stuck. So I am grateful for the second Manic episode to like, and then like when I felt stuck, I took a step back from comedy. I was like, I don't know, maybe this isn't for me anymore.
Yeah.
And then I went through what I went through, and I found out who I was at the end of the tunnel. And then when I got out of the homeless shelter and I was here in Everett, there was that itch. So I was just like, let me see if I still like stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And now, like, I love it. Like, it's just, I'm free doing it. Like, I realized I was doing it for the wrong reasons. After looking at it, analyzing it, I realized I was doing it for external validation because I didn't love myself.
Okay.
And now it's like after going through what I went through and getting out of it and doing what I had to do, not just by myself but with the support of a community.
Yeah. I
was able to like really like get out of that hole, and now I love myself. Now I do comedy because it makes me feel free. Like I do the jokes that I want to do.
Right.
And I'm the type of comic that likes to push the line.
Okay.
Like that tiptoes on the line.
Okay.
And I've also and I also used to want to be accepted by everyone. I used to want to be liked by everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
It's a very common thing. And then I realized, I just remember like reading this tweet or something, where it's like, why do you want to be liked by everyone? You don't even like everyone.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, and then when I read that, I was just like, you're right. I don't like everyone.
Yeah.
And so now like and then like also another thing, I'm a huge music fan. And there's this famous producer, Rick Rubin, and like I don't know if you're familiar with Rick Rubin. But
yeah, I've heard of him, yeah.
He talks about in creating music, the best art divides people.
Yeah.
So for me, like from that mindset, doing what I want to do, being free, doing the jokes that I want to do.
Yeah.
Like my jokes can divide people. Like there's people, I'll do the same jokes in Seattle. Get just mean looks at for me, and I'll do the same jokes in Tacoma, and they love me.
Wow.
The jokes are the same.
Well, it's interesting.
But like,
yeah,
I'm saying it the same way, but like it's
different crowd.
Different crowd.
Yeah. You never know who shows up on a particular night. Yeah.
It's funny, like when I'm doing, it's interesting when I'm doing my jokes, and like the entire audience is just looking at me, really upset. And then I'm just hearing one guy in the background, one audience member just laughing his ass off. I'm like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's who.
So you're performing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's interesting that you said that your second Manic episode kind of focused your mind as far as comedy. Yeah. That's interesting to hear.
I lost everything because of the Manic episode, but it's also the greatest thing that happened to me.
Right.
Like I was able to find myself.
Yeah.
Because I was realizing like in the past relationship, like I was straying away from my values. Like I was putting others ahead of myself. But you're programmed to think that way. It's like you got to put your happy wife, happy life. Your kids are the first. But then I realized after everything, it's like I can't be the person my family needs me to be unless I'm there for myself.
Yeah.
And it allowed me to focus and find myself, and I'm just really grateful for that. And this perspective, I'm just practicing mindfulness every day.
Yeah.
I'm filled with gratitude.
Yeah.
And I just want to I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anybody, but if I can just be a person of presence here at the cafe or wherever I go, and just be like, hey, this is what I do. This is how I live my life. Like I take my meds, I practice mindfulness, I show up to the Recovery Cafe to connect with others. I do comedy that I want to do. And I'm living a happy life. I get to see I now get to see my daughter. I'm good. I'm good.
It's heartening to hear that you're doing well.
Thank you.
That you're enjoying work, you're enjoying the comedy, and enjoying the cafe and their soup.
Yeah. Good cowboy soup.
Yeah. How old's your daughter?
She is 4.
Four?
She just turned 4 in June, and so like I got to celebrate her birthday with her, so that was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that you have a relationship with her.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate that.
that's fun. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else you want to say that we haven't said yet?
I just want to tell people that don't be afraid to come here to the cafe. Here at the cafe, we meet you where you're at. Like you don't have to jump. Like you don't have to do what I did and jump head first into the water. You can just dip your toes in the water and just like slowly build up that confidence. We're not here to hurt you. We want to see you grow and succeed.
Yeah.
So that's something, and and also too, like if you if I can say from this side of it's hard. It's easy to say, but it's hard to do. If you really I believe if you heal the trauma, you heal the world. Mm-hmm. And if you are struggling with whether substances or mental health issues because of something you want to avoid, don't be afraid. Like it's beautiful on the other side. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to take a lot of work. It's scary, opening up past trauma. However, as someone who did all that work and it still continues to do the work, it's very beautiful on the other side, and it's worth it.
Cool. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Mike, thanks for doing this.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, love the chat, and we'll see you around the cafe.
I'll be here getting soup.
All right, awesome. Yeah.